Okay, next question. Well, I'm head to the other side of the room here. Here we go. Just please stand up.
Hi, Mark. My name is Toby Ayanti. I'm a computer science and electrical engineering graduate. And I also like to give a big thanks for you visiting my home country of Nigeria last year. So my question is, I see you're doing a lot. You said that you're doing a lot of travel this year. I want to ask why you're doing that travel. You explained a bit, but I wanted to ask a bit more and what you've learned visiting all those states. I also wanted to ask, what's your favorite state so far, and why is that obviously North Carolina?
I just got here. I have a feeling that how I'm going to feel about the state is going to depend a lot on how the rest of this Q&A goes. So how about this? I can commit that North Carolina is the best state that I've been to today. No, that's pretty weak. I'll answer that at the end. Look, so the reason why I'm doing this, the travel, is because I'm trying to understand more, how people are thinking about their work and what they want in their lives and what the challenges and hopes for the future are, right? I mean, I think the last year and the last few years have been pretty surprising, right? The direction that the world has gone in for a lot of folks, right? When I got started with Facebook in 2004, the world was getting more connected every year, and the default assumption was that that was good and that was going to keep on happening, right? And people just kept on, across the world getting more connected. Countries seemed like they were coming closer together. It seemed like we were getting, more shared values, and that was great. And now, it does seem like there's this rising tide of voices who are against the world coming together in different ways and against globalization. And I think it's important to understand that, because I think a lot of those perspectives, even if I think long term that it's really important that the world comes together more, I think that there are real ways in which a lot of folks have been left behind by the advances of the world coming together. Not everyone has participated in that equally. And the only way to continue building a strong global community that's sustainable is to make sure that it works for everyone. It can't just work for some people, right? You can't have things like trade that help some people but not others. You need to figure out a way to make it so that actually is benefiting for everyone. And I believe that it can. Right, I do think if you look at the arc of human history, it is this story, like I said earlier, of how people have figured out how to come together in greater numbers to solve problems that we couldn't have solved before. And I think that the continuation of that arc will be people coming together increasingly as a global community made up of all these small local communities and personal freedom that enables us to do all the things that we need to. But I think we're going to come together in a bigger community. But in order to do that, I do think we need to be responsive to the specific challenges that folks have. So, I've been trying to go around and understand both economically and socially what are the challenges, right? And it's just been very interesting. I've gotten a chance to go visit industries that I don't think a lot about, right? So the fishing industry, for example, I met with a bunch of folks who are running shrimping boats and oysters and a bunch of different things. I mean, this isn't a lot of what I spend my time thinking about, running Facebook. But it turns out that there are lots of challenges, right, around the costs of labor, for example, in the U.S. versus other countries that are putting different pressures, and there are lots of entrepreneurs in all these places who are figuring out how to use the internet to kind of upgrade their business model and make it work better. So I mean, in that story that I was just talking about, one family figured out that if they farm oysters instead of going fishing for them, and if they sell them and put them on Instagram instead of trying to sell them to chefs around the world, instead of just kind of trying to sell them locally directly to people, that they do better. So there are ways, I think, to help a lot of these industries and folks move forward. But I mean, you got to start by understanding that. And I think for someone like me who is running a company and is trying to help people around the world build community, I just need to understand more how people are thinking about it. So that's my goal. I'm really glad to be in North Carolina. I think that there's a specific perspective here that I think I will get. And hopefully at the end I will have a more fulfilling answer to your original question around whether this is the best state, because the answer I gave was pretty lame.